Today, let's talk about the significations of the planets, Karakatvas of planets. Before we start the video, I would like to remind you guys that all my videos are based off of Vedic astrology, and you can compare or follow along with the ascendant sign and the moon sign. So ascendant sign is mostly for how it physically transforms in your life, and the moon sign is mostly how the emotions it will impact your mind and the emotions. Let's talk about the Ketu, south node of the moon. Ketu is not a physical planet like Rahu, and it's just a mathematical node. And it's opposite to the north node. It always travels 180-degree opposite to the north node, and will always be in retrograde motion. Ketu, in basic terms, it means isolation, seclusion, introvertedness, implosion is Ketu. Ketu represents meditation. Ketu indicates electricity, represents electrical engineering. Ketu represents critics in a person, critical nature of the person. Ketu is like a Mars. It represents the cuts, wounds, flags, spiritual objects such as Rudraksha. It indicates the sharp objects like knives. Ketu is like a surgeon. Ketu represents yogi, occult, mysticism. Ketu represents the past life. What you have learned in the past life, what you have had a mastery over it in the past life. When you guys go through the Ketu Dasha, you'll not go behind the material things. You would be more inclined towards a spirituality. Ketu doesn't follows the social rules and the norms of the society and regulations of the society. But Ketu represents robbers, thieves, and terrorists when it comes to the negative side. And when it comes to the body parts, you could say that the pineal glands, which also kind of connected to the Agna chakra. Um, and when it comes to the color, it represents the brownishness of the color types. One other characteristics of Ketu is splitting. It indicates the splitting of the things. Wherever it sits in your chart, you'll see splitting of the things. Let's say it's aspecting or sitting in the 10th house, then you may see splits in the career, like discontinuations or breaks in the career. When it comes to the animals, it represents the dogs. So that's why when somebody suggests Ketu remedy as feeding to dogs. Ketu represents number seven. Seven is very spiritual number, so it's always good idea to not to focus on too much on the material things. Ketu will disconnect you. If you disconnect from the attachments, it will give you during the Ketu Dasha. It's always good to focus on meditation, going to the spiritual places, monastery. Um, Ketu also represents industries like psychology, linguistic research. Yeah, all these represents Ketu. So it is ruled by Ketu. So that's all I would like to say about Ketu, and please check out my links with this video. Thank you.